Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am Sherry Acey. I am an ADHD specialist and a nervous system regulation trainer. I can't tell you how excited I am to have Anne Carr on with me. She could tell you all about what she's doing right now and her titles, but I just want to come before you and tell you how precious this woman is to me. And when I think of somebody setting goals, I could cry. Somebody setting goals, and not just small goals, but big goals and God goals. And then executing them. Anne Carr is like number one in my mindset. But she's also been a mentor to me, a huge sister in Christ. I mean, she's one of the people that just helped me really get to that understanding that we need to keep affirming ourselves every day throughout the day. And I have to say that if you're somebody who's like, "Oh, I've tried affirmations," you have to keep doing them because your brain needs to literally change. Like, you have to keep replaying what you want to become. So I will back off and allow Anne Carr just to tell you somewhat of what she's been doing and who she is.
Oh, Sherry. First of all, I heard iron sharpens iron, and I also heard Proverbs, she who refreshes others will be refreshed. I'm feeling super encouraged and super just really excited about the way you just shared my life because I don't see it that way. You know how when you're in your journey, you don't always see it the way other people see it. Anyway, my name is Anne Carr. I'm I launched Winnie Escapes Property Management about 2.5 years ago. I have to look back to see the actual date, but anyway. And I also got my real estate license little over 2 years ago. And in the last couple of years, I've begun to sell homes and also manage 6 properties currently, getting ready to offload a couple, but bringing on like a half a dozen more by the beginning of spring of next year. So I love that you said God-sized goals. One of my mastermind group uh, participants, she and I were talking about Dan Martell wrote a book called Buy Back Your Time, I think. And he talks about God sized goals. And if you don't have God sized goals, you're not you're not pushing yourself to a place and even allowing yourself to reach something that's unattainable because I think at some level we all try to control things.
Mm.
And I know I still do sometimes get like when I hear somebody else's what's going on in their life, I'm like, oh, I gotta. And then it's like, wait a second, what is the direction that my spirit is leading me? You know, I get excited for other people. I don't necessarily want what they want, but I love the pursuit. And it's really for me, the pursuit of the goal is probably the most exciting part. Once I get there, I'm like, oh yeah, I can put a little heart next to that goal, like I've achieved it. One of them was just recently, I mentor with a woman who manages about 70 properties down in Texas. And she kept telling me, Ann, you've got to get a VA. You need a VA. And I'm like, I don't know how to do a VA. What if I can't afford it? And I got to a place where I heard it in my spirit enough. I said, you know what? I just got to jump. Let me interview a few people. And so I interviewed 3 women. And when I got to this woman, Diana, I knew she was the one. And I was like, oh, okay, this is how you start. This is how you get a VA. So we had a second interview, and I just said to her, you're hired. And we set a date and we started. And it has been one of the greatest things I've done for my business. You know, just helping behind the scenes work and stretching myself to trust the process, to really trust the process. And I think that once you set a goal and you achieve it, you can use that goal for the next one to say to yourself, well, I did this, so maybe this won't be as hard as I think it's going to be because I did that. So I encourage people, that once you hit that first goal, use that as a standing point, as a focal point to launch the next one.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, and that compound effect. Like, it's not about being perfect. It's about just saying, like, hey, I'm going to sit at my desk every day and I'm just going to do something, and then the next day, and then the next day. And it's that compound effect of building in and not thinking like, oh, okay, some grand thing has to happen. It's just you keep plugging in and plugging in. And I think it's truth. Like with ADHD, it's a lot of feeling like, okay, things have to be perfect. And, then there's like, while you're doing it, if you don't feel like, wow, that was a big accomplishment, you might be on to the next thing to try to get that dopamine rush. So it's to keep coming back. And like you said, Anne, it's okay. Let me do this one little goal, and then I'm gonna go on to the next little goal. And I'm wondering, what is it that you can encourage people when they want to know their why for a certain goal, like where you were years ago before you started to where you are now? What do you notice in your character that has went from back when to now, that it's not just like, wow, I'm successful in these areas, but rather what has it done for you within, or how you carry yourself?
I love that. We talked before the interview about without vision, people perish.
Mm.
And when I first knew that I was going to do this, like the spirit led me into it. I have a degree in fashion design, and I'm very creative, and I'm like, wow, I want to do this hospitality thing. It's the spirit led me. And I remember in the early days sitting on my sofa at like 6 o'clock in the morning, just quietly with God. And I would say, well, who is a property manager? What do they look like? What do they feel like? What do they think like?
Oh.
And I would just sit there and I'd be like, oh, this is what it feels like. And like I created in my own spirit what I thought it was and how I wanted to be, right? Within about 2 weeks of that, sitting quietly, meditating and visioning, I saw a woman in my vision shaking hands with me. And literally within another 10 days to 2 weeks, I literally met up with this woman, and she was my second person that I managed properties for. And so anyway, I remember having this vision that that I was going to be this type of person, and this person that was, integrous, of course, truth, love, compassion, hospitality. Like I just wanted to serve and love on my people. And then it became I wanted to serve and love on my team and just be that vessel of God's love and the message of goodness and kindness, and that's what I've attracted. Before I hired my VA, I wrote down 3 little things or 4 little things to God, and it was I want somebody who's hardworking, I want somebody who's creative, somebody who's really good with tech, and somebody who's open to faith. And
Mm.
literally, when Diana and I started working together, within the first like 3 weeks, she's been with us for about, I think, 2 months now, maybe 2.5 months. Within the first 3 weeks, she says to me, Anne, I have to share something with you. And I was like, oh, she said, my faith, because of you and me working together, she said, my relationship with God is growing. And I sat there while she went on to share with me her love for God and things that were changing in her life. And I'm like, oh my God, he was just working through me. And that was my heart's desire. So it's really been neat to watch how he has transformed my heart to want to be more like him and just love and serve his people.
Beautifully said. And just like your shirt says, you are God's girl. You really are. I mean, you take your business, you took his plans, you didn't just do what you wanted. You got the plans from the Lord, and then you just kept working it, and he was your foundation, right? So you built
Yeah.
the house. Literally, you build houses on his foundation of what he wants, and you're seeing such fruit in it, not just in your business, but in yourself and your family. So
It's been amazing, Sherry.
bravo.
It's been amazing. And you know, this God's Girl shirt I had these made years ago, probably about 8 years ago for my three granddaughters and myself. And they've all outgrown theirs. But right before we got on the call, I was like, oh, what am I wearing? And I was just like, I just guess I'm going to be God's girl today. Anyway, I also wanted to share about goal setting and how, you know, for me, I grew up in a household that there was a lot of fear around money.
Mm,
And I was really like, I would work hard for money, really hard. And I'd be like, oh, I got to do this. And I'm discovering as I've been writing goals and changing my mindset around money, it's really just a vehicle, it's an energy. The money is shifting in how it's appearing and flowing through me.
hmm.
This past year in my 2026 goals, I'm just going to share some numbers. I wrote that I wanted to do like 120 net. Now, I'm not quite there, and I may not reach that. And that's okay. You know, I mean, this is year two, and I have six properties, okay? But what God has done is He's taken three of these six properties are just dynamic properties, dynamic. And then there's one more that's like really cool. We're not renting it as much. But so he fills in the gaps for us. Like if we trust and move, take the action, he's in charge. And, you know, we think, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. Yes, we need to have an orderly system, but we also have to have a high level of trust because there's so many things that we do that are
Mhm.
uncomfortable or unknowing. Like, I've had to learn a lot of software this year. I have like five or six different platforms I've had to learn. And I'll go into it and be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea. And each day I would learn a little bit more. And then all of a sudden I'm like,
Oh, I
oh,
like that.
and I'd be like, oh, I'm getting this. I'm learning
Hmm.
this. And now with Diana, the VA, or my VA, who I just adore, she's taking some of it off me. And I'm learning that my best use of my time is in the gifts that God has given me, which is in people meeting and going out and selling and marketing what we
Really
do and who we are. That's one of my
awesome.
great, yeah, that's one of my greatest gifts. And, you know, I'm good at communicating. So I do have some communications with our guests and obviously with our clients, with our homeowners, but I'm not the tech
Mhm.
girl, nor do I want to be the tech girl. But
Right.
I've learned a lot of tech because I've trusted and I believed.
Hmm. And you just did a little bit every day. But I just see like the glow. Like has said, this is what I want you to do. And He's using how He created you. It's not you trying to fit something in a shape that's not you.
Yes.
This is you.
Yes.
And what an encouragement to anybody who's listening that God wants to use us how He created us, and you'll feel, and it's a flow, right? And like you just feel like it's a joy. It's so joyful
It
to,
truly is.
yeah.
And letting go over and
Mhm.
over and over. Because I have these ideas and these goals sometimes. And I'm like, oh, here it is. Here's a goal. Here's an idea. And I'll be like, all right, what should I do? What should I do? And then it's like, be still
Mhm.
and wait. Just let it sit for a little bit. You don't have to jump at every idea and every creative inspiration that comes. That's my nature. And maybe that's ADD. I don't know. But I'm like, oh. And I've learned to sit and just trust and wait. And
Yes.
then periodically it's like, oh my gosh, here we go. Here we go. And
Yes.
you can feel the movement. It's like the train is moving. Jump on and go, you know? So
Yes. Yes. Oh, so many treasures in this talk with you. Thank you so much, Anne. And
oh,
can you
Sherry.
let people know, like, just if they want to find you, and just like Winnie Escapes, like, can you just tell them where they can, like through Airbnb, right? They would go to Winnie Escapes.
Actually, winnieescapes.com is our website for direct
Okay.
booking. For direct booking. So just go on winnieescapes.com. You can contact me personally through there. And we're at Winnie.escapes on Instagram and Winnie Escapes Collective on Facebook.
Okay.
So, although our marketing is something that we are just barely starting. So, yeah, that's something that we haven't done a whole lot of. But winnieescapes.com, you
Okay.
can find me there and send me a message. And yeah, that's great. Thanks,
Okay.
Sherry.
And I'll
Thank
put
you
I'll
so
link your
much.
social. Oh, thank you.
Yes, this has been wonderful. I just am, it's so great to reconnect. And I'm going to send you a few of my colleagues. I'm going
Oh,
to just have a little conversation with a few people and see if anybody else is interested in
I love
sharing
that.
what they do and interviewing with you, because I know it will delight their soul and heart like it has mine.
Yes. Oh, and also Anne and I have a podcast. We kind of like put it on the back burner just for a little while. But it is called, what is it? I always forgot the name of it.
That's okay, because I can't remember either right now.
I will put it in the
Put
comments
it in
below.
the show
But I
notes.
have to tell you, I have listened to our podcast so many times, like to fall asleep on. They divine conversations.
Yes.
It was about divine, and it
Yes.
really, literally was. Anne and I would pray before our podcast, and we just every episode we felt the Holy Spirit flowing. So check it out because you will be blessed.
Truly.
Um, yeah. All
And
right, we'll
Sherry,
talk to you
we
soon.
need to meet there again soon, okay?
I would love that.
Sounds great. Love
All
you.
right. Love
Bye.
you. See you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.